Hello and welcome to another Bandai SH Figuarts review. Today we're taking a look at the Emperor Palpatine pack or set, whatever. You can see two Royal Guards there. Those are not Figuarts. They probably call them Figuarts Zero still. They're pretty much just statues and stand there, but Palpatine's also sitting in his chair. This is a very, very big box. Aside from the first tray, there's also a lot of stuff. In the second tray, you see some of the extra stuff here. Emperor Palpatine standing there, looking sad because he's never happy. Oh, he'll never be happy. Yeah. So, yeah, here we go. So we got this big tray there, mostly to accommodate the giant chair, Death Star chair. And you can see there's actually a lot of free space there. So we've got another tray there. So we can probably fit like two more figures in here with what they've done with this. Oh, let's see. Open up. Come on. Boink. Right, so just going to get these Royal Guards out. And you can get Palps here and the chair. And you've got this little plastic sheet to protect it from the plastics and stuff gluing together. So, let's see. So, chair there, the guard there, the guard. And then we have our second tray, which is all done in black just so the box looks good. Because it's not good for us because we can't see the stuff inside it until we open it. Come on. So many pegs. Yeah, alright, so you can see here, pretty much have an extra figure there. So aside from Palpatine there with his sort of chair hands, they've also given us a pair of lightning hands, a pair of sort of gesturing hands. We've got a spray open hand there. So in terms of accessories, he already has a cane holding hand right there and a sort of chair sort of relaxed hands, and inside this tray here we also have another relaxed hand and a pair of sort of like gesturing sort of force hands. He has two extra facial expressions, more on those in a moment. The two sticks for the Royal Guards, which you can't really call accessories, but it's nice that they're separate, I guess. And we have a pair of lightning hands. We also have an entire extra body here with some fists on it. I don't know what you call it, but the Royal Guard staff weapon thingy, it's nicely painted. Some little details on the back, and what you do is you just get the guard and then you slide it up the hand and it sort of clicks in place. So that's what you do, and you just stick them in the background. Yeah, these Royal Guards, they look alright. They're just, you know, solid little statues. Nice shine and matte finish, but still a bit too clean. Obviously you do want a little bit of like a cloth texture, but these don't have that. There is, I want to say there's a little bit of airbrushing on it just to enhance the shadows just a little bit. And despite being a statue, you still see some cut-off lines where they've pegged different pieces together, which is a shame. They do come with little feet underneath. You can sort of see it down there, but otherwise it's kind of pointless. Would have been okay if there wasn't anything. Moving over to the chair, you see some button details molded in and little light switches. Little switches. Which one's the aircon switch? The chair piece here is all like solid plastic. This thing doesn't rotate, which is really a bummer. I mean, it could have been a round peg. Otherwise, not too much detail on this thing. It is his sort of seat. Whatever. And it, you know, it fits perfectly with this like body and figure and stuff. So he's sitting there. He's got a grumpy face down there. This is like blank expression. The other two heads, we got this one, which I guess is his head when he's doing the Force Lightning. It's like, Rrr. So pretty good. And the third head here is a slightly happy expression. Good. So I'm just gonna give the happy expression to the walking Palps body. And yeah, we have like, you know, two complete sort of Figuarts figures here, if you don't mind the other Palps not having his hood up, because, you know, you got the collar there and it still looks fine. It's just that hood. Bandai really could have just given us that extra one, be like, hey, it's two figures, but maybe licensing fees maybe, like, oh, we're selling one figure versus two figures maybe. When you stand Palpatine next to those two Royal Guards, you see he's a bit taller than them. I think that's meant to be like I watched a Voosh review, and yeah, they're meant to sort of just stand there on the shelf to give it like a nice depth effect. So they purposely make these guys a little bit smaller, so it looks like the area is bigger. I'm not a fan of that. Just give us a full size, or better, just actually give us a Royal Guard figure. But if you in failing to give us a Royal Guard figure, I guess we still have the Black Series one, which is actually pretty decent, except the one that I got had like molding defects and stuff, but otherwise it's overall a decent figure. But let's take a closer look at this standing uppy Palps first. So yeah, like I said, all 3 heads are printed pretty amazing. The sculpt work is also pretty nice. The hair has, I think, just a tiny bit of coloring in the back somewhere. Otherwise it's mostly just white. It's fine for the most part. If you have the hood up, you're not going to see it anyway. The actual hood, the actual robe has texture to it, and it is quite nice to the touch, and also looks pretty good. Mine's a bit messed up here. It's got stuff on it. Palp's been naughty in staining his robe. It's not skipping Death Star wash laundry day. So, but the nice overall nice texture, and underneath it actually have this like softer, smoother robe for the rest of the body, which gives it a nice contrast, I guess, more silky look to it. And underneath here you see it's like sort of just regular sort of feet and legs, I guess, just sort of standard, like textured and stuff. And then you can also see he's got some nice comfy shoes, I guess. So one of the things, of course, is going to look a bit awkward is if you move his hands in different poses. This thing's just going to look weird, which is unfortunate. So I wonder if it would have been better if they'd given us like just a little bit of fabric for the arms, maybe. Well, that's probably what the Black Series one is for. From what I can see in photos, the Black Series Emperor Palpatine actually looks pretty decent, and the chair is also pretty decent as well. But articulation is not going to be as good as this guy here, but it still looks pretty good. Now for the sitting down Palps, for the most part, his lower leg is going to be like pretty much a single piece all the way up to the stomach area. That's where it becomes a different piece. So he does have a hip joint, and you know, the head, arms and stuff, they're all the same, like moving and stuff. And of course this robe here is cut and stylized specifically for sitting down stuff. So I guess, you know, without fabric, this is the way to go. And from what I've seen online, yeah, I mean, the Black Series fabric and stuff is pretty decent. But of course, if you're, you know, it is a little bit hard to fashion it or stylize it to make it, you know, sit properly on the chairs and stuff. But, you know, for a full plastic thing, what they've done here is does look pretty good. Except for when he raises his arm, that's when you're gonna have to swap the arms over, and so it doesn't look weird. We have that Figuarts display, Death Star display that came with Luke and Darth Vader when you first bought it. And if you have the stairpiece go right up against, like, you know, pushing against the window, it's not going to fit. Palpatine's feet are just going to go over the edge. Like, he's the Emperor, but he can't even get a proper sitting area. So what you have to do is you have to leave a little bit of a gap between that piece and this piece. And then the Royal Guards, their feet are staying right on the edge. But, you know, you can use the assistant of this piece to sort of push against them so they don't fall off, I guess. And even then, his feet are still right up to the edge of the display. As guards away, he definitely feels much more comfortable on this display stand. So I don't know, maybe on your display you can have the guards in front of him, or just standing down there next to him. Well, it's a little bit of a pain, mostly because Darth Vader's, like, these plastic robes don't really bend too well, so I just have to sort of like position them in the right area. But, you know, managed to get the Emperor going, like and them fighting and stuff. So there we go, doing that kind of stuff. But anyway, so overall, the Emperor Palpatine figure himself is, the standing up one is pretty decent. You know, it's what you would expect from a, I guess, just regular sort of Emperor Palpatine Figuarts, you know, what you expect from Bandai. The chair itself is also pretty decent. The sitting down Emperor is nice, it gets the job done. The only other time I've had a Figuarts that's done this is the Ring figure. You know, she had like swappable sort of like leg dress pieces to you know, redo sort of crawling out of the TV pose, and different head pieces and different hair pieces. I can't think of another Figuarts that's done that, but what they've done here is pretty effective in getting a nice display up. But of course, you know, there are awkward positions with the sleeve and stuff. The likeness of Emperor Palpatine is excellent. The face print is pretty good. All three heads, different expressions and stuff, they all look really good. Accessory wise, yeah, it comes with lightning and its walking stick, but I really would have liked if they gave him a lightsaber. I know he doesn't use one in the old movies, but come on, like, you know, we know he has a lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith. So I guess I'll just like nick a lightsaber from someone else and just recolor it red or something if I ever want to have Emperor Palpatine, you know, doing his own fighting. And with his standing up figure, he can do like more epic poses if you want to, because he has, underneath all those plastic robes, he is a fully articulated SH Figuarts. The other accessories, the Royal Guards, I really wish they would have ignored like that whole perspective thing and just given us full-size Royal Guards. Fortunately, Black Series Royal Guards are not too hard to get. So overall, if you like Emperor Palpatine, and if you're in the rest, the Black Series one honestly is good enough, because this thing is really expensive. But if you must have like a perfect facial expression and different facial expressions, then yeah, this is a good figure art. It's just really expensive, not even counting import and shipping fees and stuff. The Black Series one is good enough. If there ever is a future Palpatine release, I hope they do more for him, but otherwise it's really hard to recommend this. Like, it's a good toy, good display, but you know, maybe try and pick it up if you find it on discount, which is not likely because it's a Time Machine web exclusive, or maybe try and pick it up if you're traveling to to Asia, you see it in Japan or Hong Kong or whatever. But if you're going to ship it in, import fees and all that stuff, you're probably better off with the Black Series one. Subscribe to Just and Comment below, guys. Take care, have a nice day, and of course, may the Force be with you. Bye.